Welcome back to Share Your Truth. Today we will be discussing what women look for in a man. I'm Bridget Marie.
I'm Jasmine.
Candace B.
Mika Means.
Takoya. Raquel.
And Treyana. Alright, so this topic is really good. Jesus is good. Because I think in order for us to even start with what we look for today, I was thinking about, like, God brought to my remembrance, like, you didn't even have nothing you looked for in the past. Like, I didn't look for nothing in particular other than maybe their looks. But now today it's so important for me to, like, you have to stimulate my mind personally. Like, my mind has to be in the relationship 100%. So I need to be able to learn from you. Like, I want you to read, I want you to introduce me to books that I ain't never read before.
Okay.
Like, I need you to take me to places I've never been before. And me too, do the same thing. But I think that back in the day, I was more so, like, it was more, you feel good to my flesh, whatever that means. Like,
that sounds good.
like, you just feeling good to what feels good to my flesh. So that means, like, remember I told y'all some episodes ago that I was told that I was right. Okay.
That was
So
don't
control it. I'm delivered, Jesus. But I wanted to just bring that up again because I think that is what felt good to my flesh, to be able to tell you what I thought I wanted. And now that I think back, I didn't even know what the heck I wanted.
Right.
So it was like, it was definitely a spirit of just controlling. Now I can admit that and look at it.
Wow.
Yeah. Not knowingly. No, not like knowingly, like I'm about to control your every move, but I think it was just me thinking I knew. And I was moving in that. So it was really the blind leading the blind, because I'm trying to tell him what to do and I don't even really know what I'm supposed to be doing. So, but today it has to be definitely God first, like someone that, it don't have to be on the exact same level, I want to say, like spiritually, like we can still learn from each other, but you need to believe in my God. Otherwise I feel like we might be clashing. We'll be unequally yoked, absolutely. So that is what I have to say.
I would say for me, definitely somebody who can stimulate my mind. I love a person that I can learn from. I love being with a person. I'm like, wow, I didn't know that. And I've never been here. Like my friends crack me up because I be sitting there listening. I'm like, when I'm dating a guy, I be like, what else was it? You gonna teach me what? And I love a man that's good with his hands. Please know how to work on a car. Please know how to fix the toilet. Jesus, please don't be afraid of mice or insects because I need you to save me when they come around. So I need, like, that's something that I look for, a man that's strong and don't run when stuff like that happen. I look for a man that's secure in himself, that knows who he is, that you can't just run up on him and say whatever. Like that, you got to approach him with some type of respect. Right. I love a man that is loving and caring and very, like, hands-on.
Yeah.
Like, no, you gonna walk on this side of the street and I'm going, that type. That type. Wouldn't that can make me laugh? If you can make me laugh to where I let the ugly laugh out and you see all of these teeth, I love you. But definitely you have to believe in Jesus Christ on everything. On everything, because I feel like that's the first thing. We gotta have the same type of faith, because I don't want to be in the middle of the relationship trying to work backwards.
That is good. That's good.
And you gotta be family oriented too. That's a big one. You gotta be family oriented. If you have children, you have to be involved.
Yes.
Involved. I don't want to use them all up. See, I'm going involved. Love your mama. Love your daddy.
Yes.
Love your mama and your daddy.
Listen to all of that. I don't even know what I want. Like, I know what I want, like you said, like the physical. Like, you know, I be like, I like them dark.
Oh, come on, girl. You like them dark. We need to hear that too. What's the physique like?
I can do all that.
I can tell y'all that.
Yeah, I can. But that don't mean nothing when you get into who they are, how they was raised, and you know, because sometimes some men just come in and I try not to tell a man what I want because they try to be that.
Yes, they do.
They try to mimic everything you tell them. So I was like, and it's not them, you know. So you could say like, I want you to stimulate my mind. I want you to introduce me to books, and now they're like, let's go to the bookstore. And then month 6, y'all ain't going to the bookstore no more. You know, like things like that. So for me, I be thinking like, I don't even know, because I know what I like physically, but like when it comes to, you know, certain things, I feel like in the beginning they do, and we do too as women. We do certain things that we really not about. We ain't about that life. You know what I'm saying? At that time, we don't be about that life. We just be doing it because it sound good and it feel good at the moment, but that's not something that we actually sticking throughout years and months of being with each other. So for me, I be sitting there like, I'm listening to everything. I'm like, yeah, that all sound good, but I need you to be that.
Right.
Like seriously, be that. Like that's you, not me forcing it on you, not me telling you that I want you, I like this, and then you're giving me what I like because I'm telling you what I like.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So like, I know what I like physically. Like, you know, I like dark, kind of tall with the muscles. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I like all of that aggression. You know, I like to feel secure.
Right. Absolutely.
But, you know,
Absolutely.
I love to feel secure. Like, I don't want a man that I feel like I can run over.
Yes.
That's what I don't
Put that exclamation points
like,
behind
if I could run over you, if I feel like I could kind of not respect you, that's over. Like, you know, but at the end of the day, I need somebody that's like, this is you. I don't want to have to make you be something. I want you to be exactly what you are. And sometimes at our age, I feel like a lot of men don't know themselves.
Right.
So sometimes we look at men and we, like me, I be like, well, maybe I need to date older. You know what I'm saying? And then when you date older, it's the same thing. You know, so I be thinking to myself, like, some guys is not, they still finding themselves in our age, because we still finding ourselves. We probably find ourselves a little bit faster than they are. So like our age category, the men they really truly don't know who they are. For us to be looking for something in them when that's not them.
Right.
So it's hard for me to say what I look for. I just know that I need to feel secure. And of course, you know, family oriented, take care of your kids and stuff like that, but I need you to do it without me telling you to.
Right.
And I think that's where the equally yoked part comes in, because when you're equally yoked for someone, like when I brought that up in my case, he was doing it, and I was like, it was new for me, and I'm like, whoa, okay. But I'm not saying I was equally yoked with that particular person, but I'm just saying it was introducing me to something new that I didn't know. But I think what's important is that you're growing. So as they're growing, you're growing, and they're introducing you to stuff. You're introducing them to new things.
And another thing, like certain people, like I like to laugh too, you know, but you just don't keep thinking you're gonna make me laugh to just get me. Like, it's certain things that dudes would do, and then you be like, okay, bro, like chill, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause the same thing that make me like you could be the same thing that make me dislike you. You know what I'm saying? So it be kind of, I don't know.
Whoever likes you is gonna watch this. Like, let me try to see if
they gonna try to get
For me, like, I've never intentionally tried to identify things in a man of what I liked. It was more so for me setting a standard and them treating me accordingly. If that makes sense. It was not like, okay, I want a man that is this. It was more so like, okay, I'm gonna stand by this car until you open my door. You know? I'm going to respect you just as much as you have respect for yourself. And if at any point I feel like, okay, this is not gonna work, then I have, you know, I can take the initiative to withdraw from the situation. But at that point, it wouldn't be too much pressure on either of us, because then I can really get to enjoy you for who you are without any preconceived notions. So, and I mean, for me, it's been working. But, you know, sometimes you do see that tall, chocolate, strong man, and you just be like, okay, let's put all that to the side and let's just get with it. What's up? But then, you know, you gotta remind yourself, like, you gotta deal with what comes with the territory. If that's the road that you're gonna go down, you gotta understand he probably got 3 or 4 baby mamas. You know, he probably got a lot of drama. You know, he can't talk to you intellectually. He's not gonna stimulate your mind. He ain't gonna take you to the bookstore. He ain't gonna do picnics. You know, but if at that moment that's what you want, you just gotta deal with it.
Yeah, you gotta pick what you want.
You gotta pick and choose. Give your energy to.
That's good.
That was good.
I wouldn't necessarily, I'm still learning what I want. I'm a little bit better at pinpoint some things, but I know for sure, like, just through my past relationships, I just know what I don't want. I know what I no longer want to deal with, what I no longer want to experience, and that's kind of helps me be more distinctive about what I am looking for. I would say, like, my last relationship really helped me know, like, okay, I want a man that's gonna respect me, obviously. I want a man that's good. Period. Right?
It's all around.
I'm like,
Right, we all want that. No, I would say I like older guys, and I think it's because they do know who they are. It can be a bit harder because now they're kind of stuck in their ways. But I like a man now that's like established, like you know what you're going after, whatever it is. Like you don't have to have the best job or the best career, but if you know exactly what you want and you hustling for it and you doing whatever you have to do to achieve that, then I will rock with you 100%. So I like a man that's established. I like a man, you know, that's
Y'all gonna be getting hit.
Like I'm that man here.
I got it.
yeah. I like the dude that's just like a cool personality. I think I'm like a super easy person to get along with. So if we vibing off top.
I noticed that I need to be friends. Like we have to be the best buddies. Like turn down, turn up, turn to the left, turn to the right. Buddies. Like if I want to go to Target, we can go to Target together. You get what I'm saying? Or if I want to go, whatever it is, I want us to be friends. Like real genuine friends before anything. Like I'm never, ever, ever, ever dealing with nobody that I do not become friends with first. Like we're gonna be friends for like 2 years.
No, that's good.
Like
That's
yes.
That's very
I'm
important.
serious because I get it.
What if it's somebody that came like from high school? You already
We're
know.
friends. We're
What
friends.
if you
They
like
already- we
being
already know.
friends and dating at the same time?
Yeah,
Okay.
but like friends and dating, but we're not putting no labels on
No
it.
labels.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And
okay.
so we established a real friendship.
I
got
Meaning, like you could go with me places, I could go with you
Right,
places.
right. You gotta
Ain't
know who I
nobody
am.
tripping.
Yes, you
And
need to
I
know
found
who I
that out.
am.
You gotta know who I am. You gotta know what I do.
Yes. And I need to know who you are.
Right, because they do chameleon.
I'm telling
I've
you,
been raised
because
to
men do it way more than we do. Like, you know, we might try to put on makeup or not do certain things in front of them, but they be a whole nother different, like, 360
A mask.
person, like living a double life. You get what I'm saying? Like, to where I need to be able to know that you, like, we friends. Like, really, to where you probably tell me 80% and probably high 20, you know, versus telling me 20 and high 80.
Right.
Like, 'cause at the end of the day, a man is a man. I'm not going to talk to my man about what I would tell you guys.
Right.
And vice versa. But I need you to at least be like, I could tell my girl that, or I could tell her that, and she'll just, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I want it to be like, you tell me 80% and high 20%. Versus you telling me 20% and high 80.
Yeah.
So,
I need balance, like all the way around. I have a thing for bad boys. That's like got some good in them, or a good guy with some bad in them.
Why do good girls like bad guys?
I'm gonna play with you.
yeah.
He gotta have some type of hood or bad in him, like.
God, you're watching.
Because I feel like I can disrespect you.
I'm a good girl. Like he could be that good guy with a great mindset, man of God, family man, make me like all that. But I still need that.
You
Like,
want that I shoot up that skirt. I air it out. And then he'll pray for you.
You're not talking about like full-fledged
Gangster?
good with it.
No.
You just talking about like
He gotta have
Trey said like a Suge Knight.
Oh, you mean like a man?
his picture, his message.
Okay, we just trying to find out the love.
Wait a minute. No.
Why are you saying all these other words?
Cause she's the one who said.
What was you
His appearance would be good. Like from his appearance, you wouldn't know that he hood.
Right.
You wouldn't know that he been in the streets. You wouldn't know none of that. But when the time comes,
That's a man, like, cause I like a man before anything. Like, that's a man. Like,
man's
his
man.
territory is his territory.
yeah.
Like, you don't gotta be hood to be a man. Like, you feel me? Like, that's a man. Like,
he gonna stand his
I'm gonna
ground.
stand my ground.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? So that's like more so for me. Like, that's a man. Like, that's what a man's supposed to do.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, period. You're not gonna disrespect me and nobody that I'm with.
Right.
So you don't have to be hood or around the edges, because if you say he don't look hood, you really don't like him hood, because niggas be out here looking hood. So that's all they're back. Oh, niggas don't even be hood like that. On my eyebrow.
I tattoo on my sideburn.
You know what?
So yeah, that's cool. I see what you're saying though. But that's a man though.
Like, and then like how you said with the stimulation, me like exploring like mind, body, and soul. Like with my husband, you know, like.
She said, let me clear that up. We're on air.
You know, like, cause God gave us the gift of having intimacy, and it's like, okay, let's experience the intimacy, but experience it, you know, the way that God gave it to you to do it. So it's like, you know,
How you do that? Something like that.
She said, how you do that?
What you think?
How you do that? Like, how do you experience it the way God gave it to you? Because you're supposed to be married, I thought, when God.
right, yeah. So that's why I said, like, with my husband, like,
So she want her husband to be all that stuff that she sees.
yeah,
Oh,
like, you know,
I get it.
but,
Okay.
you know,
Okay.
do the dang thing.
Oh yeah, cool. Yeah.
I got me. I think you know how the saying, like, you wanted to be like how you want your husband to be like how your dad is, and I feel like I fell in that category. My husband is similar to my dad. He is not all around the the same package of my dad, but somebody who has a leadership role. I found it to be different that he's very outspoken more than me. But I think when I envisioned a husband, I think my husband has everything wrapped up, and probably more than what I even expected from a husband. But in my mind, when I was like a teenager, I've been dating my husband since I was 18 years old. Like, I am 32, so it is like half my life that I've been with him or whatever. But to see different stages, and that's the thing, when something that you're looking for in a man, that it might be this stage that they're going through, and then they move on to something separate or whatever. So I think the qualities, I definitely tell my friends and even the ladies in my connection group, pray for what you want. Pray for what you want, whatever you want, whether it's the physique or whether it comes down to being hood, whatever it is. Pray for what you want and watch God do what it is, you know, and package him the way that God see fit for you in that aspect.
At that moment that you're praying for that.
But you,
thing.
because the man, the qualities that you're looking for, it should be for your husband if you desire a husband, right? It shouldn't just be I just want this boyfriend right now. Yeah,
Okay,
it should be overall, because every man that you meet should fit these things.
But no, okay. So
that you're dating,
what you saying?
that you're going
what
toward.
I'm saying is when you praying for it at the moment, like if my mindset is here at the moment, and I'm the type that want a husband, because I'm not that type. But if I'm the type like I need a husband, I want a husband, and the things that I'm praying for this particular husband is my mindset at this point in time.
Okay,
It's not what my
too.
Right. It's not what my mind is on 5 years from now, 10 years from now. So if I'm praying for this particular thing or this particular person to be this, and when it comes,
it might not be what you want no more.
Right.
now I have grown. Now I have, my mind has stimulated. I have became new with certain things in myself. So like, what do you?
But
like,
you don't.
to me, I don't pray for. That's my thing. I've never prayed for it. I don't really care for that. But if I was to, I want to be at a stage where I feel like I'm complete with myself, to where I could pray for a particular thing, because I don't feel that I'm complete to have no husband. I'm not wife material right now, and I know that I'm not. So And there's certain people who be praying for husbands, and it's like you praying for a husband,
But
are you
you're not
praying for
whole,
yourself
right?
to be whole?
Right.
And or some people pray for husbands to make themselves whole. And that's not what we do it.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And I'm not the type who pray for that.
Right.
I'd rather pray for myself, and I'd rather pray for me to grow. And then once I get to the mentality to have a husband, I will pray for that. But it's some people who feel like having a husband will complete it.
Right.
Right.
But at the end of the day, you're not complete. You're not who you really want to be.
Right.
So when you praying for a husband, like, do you figure that those
Like
people
this
are
was when I was like in high school, and I like did when I was in high school, it was different things that I said, like different things that I said or whatever. And do I feel like that's the same thing now? No, because I done matured. You know what I'm saying? But does he have those qualities that I felt at that time? Yes, and more. That's why I said and more. Because your prayer doesn't stop. Like every time I pray, it continues. Like it keeps continuing. So that's because you do have to know that you're complete. And when I got married, he knew you complete, you a one whole, and I'm a one whole. I'm not like half and you complete me.
Right.
It wasn't never like that. That was discussed, that was known. And one thing I for sure said, you gotta love God, know God, Jesus, all that. And that's what he did. You know what I mean? He did more than what I would, and I wanted you to be real cool with my family. Real cool with the family. You know what I'm saying? Like he was cooler with my daddy than I was. Like, come on. Like, so it's just you have to continue to pray. To answer your question, continue. Like it's not like a stop. Okay, I feel like he meets this, so let me stop praying. Because you're gonna, as you mature, you're gonna want different things. Like I wasn't at when I was in high school, I wasn't like stimulating my mind because I didn't care about you stimulating my mind.
You didn't know about it either, though.
Right.
You wasn't introduced to a guy or being stimulated in the mind until you were stimulated in the mind. You like,
Right.
And I wanted them to be so driven. Like I wanted them to be, but I didn't realize that until now. I'm an adult, and my husband is driven, but I'm driven too. So it makes it the partnership runs smooth because you doing your thing, I'm doing my thing. Like you can't just be sitting at home on my couch. Like you can't just be doing it. That's not trucking. You know what I'm saying? So
even if you start off with that, like no, I'm saying no, I'm saying even if you start off with the fact
that's what you was talking about.
I'm saying even if you start with the fact he has to be driven, you gotta have some sort of wish list. Like we have a wish list for what we want to do for our careers, for all of these things. If you are one that wants to be married, there should be something that you want in a man. You have to be specific. When we go to God, we have to be specific.
You said it right.
With our prayers, and just say, God, this is what I want, because if you put more attention on what you don't want, you might just attract that.
Right.
So you have to ask God, this is what I want. So when I go and I'm writing my business plan, I know what I want in my business. So I'm writing it down. I'm saying this is what I'm expecting for God to do. Now, am I there yet? I'm expecting to get there. That's the expectation of it. But you don't have to be there right now. But you got to know where you're going. Like, you don't want to just be driving. You can't keep living life like you're 18. Like, we getting older, right? So it's certain things that you just got to change. So if you want to be married, you got to start certain things. Like, for instance, I don't like to cook. Now I'm starting to cook because I know as a wife that's something I desire to do.
I'm starting to cook.
But I'm gonna tell you this. I didn't always want to do that. That's not something that I liked.
But it's
like I wouldn't have. But it's something that I want to do for my husband.
I don't mind it, but I feel like me, I feel like I'm not giving a boyfriend, husband.
Right.
I'm firm with that. Like, you a boyfriend. I'm not about to do what a wife would do. I don't do wifely things to a boyfriend.
Right.
And I stand by it, and I don't care. It don't matter. I don't care. I'm not doing that.
Do you, like, what if you feel like that could possibly be your husband? Or like it may be your head and shoulders?
No. Because if he was my husband, he would ask me to marry him.
She ain't felt it
It's
yet.
you would ask me to marry you. And you get what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I'm not about to give you wifely things.
Like cooking?
I'm not cooking every day.
Oh, okay, nice.
Just like
If I'm hungry, I'm a cook.
And if he there?
And if he there, he could eat. But I'm not like running to the store. I'm not running to the store. If I'm not hungry, I'm not cooking.
Would you bring him lunch to work?
Every now and then.
Only your husband. You go to extra.
That's
She said for your
For
husband.
my
right? You
husband,
would.
I would do that.
Yeah. But then I didn't know how to cook at all.
But
So
see-
now I'm like, I gotta learn how. At least for me and my child. Like I didn't. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Then when that husband comes, it's like, baby, I can make a whole.
But see, I
enchilada.
feel like when we're friends, if I marry my friend is going to know off top
Who
what it
you
is.
are.
He
Right,
gonna be
who
like,
you are.
let's go to Fridays. You know, it's not gonna be a you have to cook type of thing, because he gonna already know the type of woman that I am.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? I cook, but he know that it's not about to be a Monday through Sunday thing.
Right. I got you.
So if I'm marrying my friend, he's gonna automatically know, like, nah, or you wanna do Taco Tuesday tonight, it's gonna be something that he know that we both would enjoy.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
That's
It's
how
not
it
gonna
should
be forced. I don't wanna force anything. I don't wanna force no friendship, no
Right.
relationship,
As you
no
should.
nothing. I
Right.
want
It should be
everything to come
natural.
with chemistry and vibes. And if I'm with my husband that I'm gonna be friends with, he's gonna know that off. He just gonna automatically know, like, you look like you want
But
food.
then
what
that's
if
how
it's
you. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, what if it's something that, okay, everything is good, but there's something that he wants from you? That's a part of submission, right? Not submission, but if it's something that he is requesting of you, right?
That you wouldn't do as
That you
like
normally
you
wouldn't do. Would you consider the fact of intentionally trying to? Because you're in a
That
union.
mouth twitch.
I was about to say, it depends on what it is.
No,
now, if it's
not the
coming out of my
level. Would you
character,
do it just because your
No.
your friend, the friend that you said y'all get to know?
no.
If you married.
If you married though.
Not if it's something that
that's why
makes
she
me
said-
feel uncomfortable.
That's why she
Right.
said she's not here.
No. He's gonna know that. He's gonna be like, this gonna make you feel uncomfortable, or, you know, it
So
would
he's
be
not
something that he's gonna know that I'm like, you know, I don't really, you know, if he wanna do it, it'll be like, he'll ease it. Like, let's try it. It'll be like the way he come at me, like, let's try this,
Right.
let's
Right.
open this up, because
Right.
this is what I wanna do. You get what I'm saying? And if it's something, now, sorry, but for instance, like the threesome thing,
Hold on.
that's something that a man would never, cannot approach me with.
Right, right,
I'm not that type of woman. Now, if that's something that he desires, I'm not about to do
No, I
that.
ain't talking about that.
No, but you're saying.
No, I
it's a
got it.
question.
No, yeah,
You
you're
get
right.
what I'm
Even
saying?
before we got married, you should know.
You should know that.
that.
That's
Yeah,
exactly
yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying.
yeah.
So that answers your question. If it's something that you know that I'm not with, you're not going to ask me.
Yeah, sure.
Because you're going to know that before we even got married. Like, she is not with
But
me.
it's just some stuff that just.
That's just like out.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So if it's something that's like, but if it's something that I'll be like, oh, I never
I
thought
was
of
just
that.
thinking like, baby,
You know,
could
I
you
don't
run me
mind.
bath water when I come home every
Yeah, I would
night?
do
You know what I'm
that.
saying?
That's
Like,
nothing.
my first thoughts in the past used to be, I ain't your maid. Like, you do your own. You can't run your own bath water. Like,
Like,
especially somebody.
before I was here.
Right, but you know, like some men, they may like that, and so it's like, this is gonna hurt me to turn the knobs. You know what I'm saying? Like some stuff to just start humbling yourself. I'm just talking to Trey.
Every night, no.
No, but that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. If the
All it
husband,
takes is a flick of a wrist.
but all I'm saying is, if he asks that of every night, that's simple.
He wouldn't.
He might.
If he your friend and he know you and he know you,
But if
he
it's
not.
something
And
that
especially if
really
you
makes
have
him feel like
children
you
with
care.
them, they know you take care of these babies, so that's out.
That's all the way out.
Okay, so I was gonna add in
Y'all be
communication. I was gonna add in communication because I didn't realize that till this year. Like
and
in
understanding.
talking, whether it be a relationship or like full on committed, I'll let stuff build up. Cause I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm just gonna let that build up. I'm just gonna let that build up. And this year, God was talking to like communicate.
Right.
Open your mouth and say what you feel. And I'm like, oh, nah, don't shut up. I'm like, yeah, I like this
I learned a lot
communication.
this
Like,
year.
just tell me what's going on, how you feeling, and then even if it's ugly or hurt my feelings, but then I know what to work with. Because when you pacify it, it's like I'm not even dealing with a real human being no more.
Right.
Like I'm dealing with something fake.
Right.
And I'm being fake because I'm irritated at something and I'm not saying nothing.
Right.
And then I was gonna say something on the wish list. Because even in high school and like the beginning of college, I had a friend and she had a extreme wish list, and I'm like, how you gonna have this wish list and you not nothing on this wish list? You said you want him to have this, that, and the third, but you don't even have that.
Right.
So it's important for us as women, the same thing we want on the wish list, to either have it or to be working towards it. You can't ask for a driven man and then get a
And
driven
you're not
man and you
driven.
wanna lay on the couch. You know what I'm saying? But the thing with Bridget, like she said, her and her husband are both driven. But I can't be like, I'm looking for this and I'm not even that myself.
I agree.
But a lot of people want that. They want the person to be like, say,
They want them to
spiritually
complete
sound,
them.
and then I
that's
get
not
with
what you're
somebody and
supposed
they're
to
not
be.
spiritually sound.
You
Like,
don't supposed to be completely. You supposed
I think
No.
it's a lot of fulfilling emotional voids too.
Yeah.
Like
And
because
that's what she desires.
you said something about like just putting it out there what you want, and sometimes we can ask for stuff prematurely. And I witnessed it. Like I knew somebody who was like, I want a husband, I want a husband, I want a husband. Was adamant about it. Got a husband and wasn't ready for her husband. She didn't want to stay at home. She didn't want to cook those meals. All she wanted was a house, the ring, the picket fence, the idea, but she didn't want the responsibilities.
Right.
So it's like that's you asking for it. You know you're not ready. So now it's nothing but confusion. You complicated everything.
Right.
However, if you know who you are and you know what you desire, what you deserve, it's not gonna be a hassle finding a man or letting a man find you and he completely fulfilling that package. Because like you said, I think it was you said, I'm gonna go in at 100%, not 50. People say, oh, you gonna come in 50, I'm coming in 50. Then when you remove your 50, what I got left? Just, okay, nothing. So you wanna go into it 100%. You want him to be 100%. And then dating is important so that you can identify if in fact he is exactly what you want. We can be friends, we can go to the strip club, we can go to Bible study, we can do all
Just to add to what Kels was saying about communication, communication is huge and a key part of being in a relationship, but it's also you have to be able to understand each other, and I feel like that's where the friendship part will come in, because you guys get to know each other and you have that balance, and you'll be able to know, you know, your spouse or whatever, like what they like or what they don't like, how they would react or respond to something. So that communication could be there, but if you don't know how to utilize that communication, it don't mean nothing. So it's like you got to be able to understand your spouse. And being open, I would say being open, that comes along with communication too. Being able to express how you feel, you know, and letting your spouse know that, and let, you know, so they could be able to receive how you feel as well, and they won't, you know, get mad or have an attitude. Even if they do get mad, they could say like, you know what, babe, like that kind of made me feel some type of way. Let me walk away or let me take a break or whatever, and then once I get my thoughts together, we could come back and talk about it, because talking about things in your relationship is really key. Like it's really huge. So prayer, communication, openness, all that. Family oriented, being able to laugh, make each other laugh, and just enjoying, not just being happy, because happy is something that could be given and taken away. So being able to enjoy each other's company and being around family and friends, and you be good.
This is Share Your Truth.